Hello everyone, welcome to another video. This is a speed build and it is heart-shaped shell of a house. It's a tiny home and I built that because there was a St. Valentine's Day yesterday and I got inspired that I could probably build something which is along the theme with the St. Valentine's Day. So here I am building heart-shaped tiny home. I have to say it was a little bit tricky because I'm working with curved walls and I'm also working with diagonal walls, so it was a challenge. But I love some nice and good challenge, so I challenged myself to build this and I hope that I did a good job. I also tried to limit this house completely to just a few packs and a base game. I am mainly using base game, also Love Struck expansion pack and Romantic Garden stuff pack, so it's not fully furnished with all sorts of different expansion packs, stuff packs or kits. I really tried to make this accessible for vast majority of Sims players, so I hope that you will be able to download this house and you will not miss any item that I use there. You could already see that one of the curved part I used as a bedroom, and because this is tiny home, it is limited space, so we are working with some open plan. Everybody would probably expect to furnish the heart-shaped house with the red items, but I was thinking that I would choose pink as a main color and I will complement it with some other pastel colors like yellow, orange and tones of red, but mainly it's pink. I feel like if it was red it would be too aggressive, or like I just can't see myself living in a house which would be furnished with a lot of red items. Here I'm making custom shower. I mean custom only as a custom kind of cover for it, because the shower is from the Love Struck expansion pack. And I also made some shelves there, sizing down the normal shelves and place them in a shower. Also, if you are new to this channel, let me welcome you here. My name is Lucy and I like to play all sorts of different games. The Sims is my favorite franchise. And of course, I like to build in The Sims 4 the most because it gives me the most opportunities to play with the furniture and everything, place it as I want and size it up or down. And I've always been a builder, and regarding that I feel like The Sims 4 gives me the best opportunities. But don't get me wrong, I like The Sims 1, The Sims 2 especially, and I also like The Sims 3 and its color wheel. So I play all the games. However, I didn't play The Sims 3 for a long time and I'm thinking about playing again, so maybe there's gonna be a video related to The Sims 3 soon. And related to that, there are videos about the reviews of The Sims 1 and The Sims 2 on my channel, so if you want to check them out and you didn't see them yet, I will link them to the description and also to the card. And if you are considering to buy them, maybe check those videos first. I'm giving you there my opinion about why I think it's worth it, or if it's not worth it, why is it? So you will have a review of someone who played The Sims the entire life. Also, if you find any of my videos helpful, or if you like what I'm doing, what I'm building, please consider to subscribe to my channel as I'm trying to grow. It really means a lot to see the feedback from you guys, if you like the videos, if you comment on them, because it makes me feel like I'm doing either something good, or if I'm doing something wrong, at least I can improve it for the next time. As you see, I am working on the bedroom right now and I will have to return back a little bit later because of that nightstands, as I placed them there and I had to see in the game if it will work or not. And it was not working when I playtested the house, so I had to readjust that, and you will see it a little bit later in the video that I replaced those nightstands with a smaller size down ones from the Love Struck expansion pack. I always try to have an idea of who would live in the house, so in my head I was picturing a single sim living here, but I actually think 2 sims will be fine in the size of this house. It's not a micro home and I usually like to build those, but this is tiny home, so it has more squares. I think in total this one has 60 tiles. and you can actually see it on your screen. I like to build small houses because they give you extra perks, extra benefits, and I feel like for the gameplay it's always nice to have something smaller because it gives you more possibilities to play outside of the lot, play with other Sims and to meet people in the neighborhood and be in the community lots too. But this house is perfectly good enough for you to spend all of the Sims days there too, because it has also outside place, so it doesn't feel too small. The tricky part about tiny homes or micro homes are also building porches. There is like a tiny porch in front. I like it because I just like something which divides the space from entering the house and the outside area, but it also counts towards the entire count of tiles, so you have to have that on your mind when you're building small houses, micro homes, tiny homes, and you have to be aware of that it's extra space that you have to count with. So I usually try to utilize that porch as well. However, this one is quite small, so you will see later what I placed there. When I build small houses or micro homes and tiny homes, I try to make it feel like home, so I try to clutter it, but also not over clutter it, if it makes sense, because it's a tiny space and you also have to think about your Sims walking around. And this is one of the reasons why I was playing here with the dining area, because I was just not so sure if my Sim will be able to pass to that side of the bed. But as I said, it's play tested, so it worked at the end. I always love to use a lot of shelves and a lot of clutter on them. It's not functional, it's purely for a decorative purpose, but it's one of my favorite things to do because I feel like shelves on the walls are just quite common in houses, and it just provides you with the extra storage if you live there. Also, I made a contrast wall behind the TV. I felt like it might be a nice touch, but I don't know. You tell me in the comments if you like it or not. Most of the time I do not include PCs in the small builds, or I usually make them to use the laptop or a tablet. But in here I had a spare space which is next to the entrance to the bathroom, so I made that like a tiny study corner or tiny working station. I like to place quite a lot of lights because I feel like it can adjust the mood of the room, and in general I feel like houses should have quite a lot of light. I was struggling a bit with those blinds because if I use bigger ones it would deny the light from the outside, so I just sized down these ones and just make it look like it belongs there. As I said before, I'm using limited amount of packs. That's the reason why I didn't go with something else. It would give me much more variety if I didn't limit myself, but I just wanted this house to be accessible to a lot of you. Here I'm struggling with the roof a bit. I was trying to make it as best as I can, but making a roof for houses which do have a weird shape is quite challenging, but at the end I think I did pretty good. I use these columns to make a support for the roof where it's overlapping. I did overlap it because I think it looks better than if it's like short, but that is always the preference for everybody. And we are also outside now trying to do some landscaping. I tried to blend the area to the surrounding area, so I worked with this kind of path that was already made before on the lot, and I just try to go along with that. Honestly, if you are builders too, but also struggle with the look of your finished home, it will be usually because a lot of people don't spend enough of time for landscaping. I am guilty of that too, because sometimes I want to do something very quick and I don't do much of a garden, but it always makes the house to look significantly better and it can really elevate the build. So I spent probably even more time outside than building the house and the interior, which is terrible to say, but I think it paid off at the end. I always look around of the lot, and this particular house is built in Strangerville. So it will work the best in this world, of course, in this particular lot because it connects to the surrounding area. But don't worry if you don't have this game pack. You don't have to own it to just place your lot wherever you want. It's just the thing that it blends to this area, so it might not work the best somewhere else, but that is completely up to you if you will download this house from the library. My ID is the same name as I have on YouTube, so just find me there, and you can also add me to your friends if you want to, so you can find the builds which I'm going to do in the future much easier. As I said one more time, it's absolutely, you can see it on the screen right now, and it always makes me really happy when someone comments on my builds and when people download them, because it feels like someone really enjoy what I created. One of the lifesavers when it comes to building is the debug menu. I will open it in a little bit. I still didn't use it at this point, but I will open it and I will find and look for certain items which makes this lot to blend into the area even better. You will see it in a moment, and I always recommend that to everybody. Use the debug menu because it doesn't cost you almost anything. Some of the items that you'll find there will be still priced because those are the items from the build by menu, but a lot of items in debug menu are free. So if you're doing house where you have a limited amount of money, use the debug menu. It really is a lifesaver. Right now I am already using items from the debug menu, and if you want to access it and you don't know how, you have to press Ctrl Shift and C all together to open the cheat console, which is now on the left top of my screen because I forgot to close it, but it doesn't matter at this point. So into the cheat console you will type testing cheats space Drew, then press enter, and then you will type bb.moveobjects all together and press enter, and then you will type also bb.showLiveEditObjects without space and press enter. That will give you access to the full debug menu, including the items that are normally locked and hidden. But it gives you much more variety when you are trying to decorate the house or decorate the area, especially for me if I'm doing the landscaping. If you can see this fence, that's from debug menu. I am readjusting that because I just didn't like that I had a tiny space there and I had to put like a pole in it, and I had to double it, so I felt like in a corner it will be much better. So I did play around it and readjusted that to my liking. Now I'm working on the landscaping in the back, and I am trying to find the kind of bush, or I don't know how would you call it, the flowers that are pink outside of my lot. And at the end I was successful, but sometimes it really takes time to go through. Now I found them, so I am going to decorate the entire area to make my lot blend into the neighborhood. I think it always really helps if you look around and use the same trees or same bushes and same flowers, like kind of follow the pattern for that certain area of the neighborhood, and it always makes it nice and feels like it really does belong there. I think for micro homes, tiny homes and small homes, it's really important to have some outside area so you can expand away how you play. So I made some seating here, and I also add a grill because I love the opportunity to cook and brew. Whatever you can use the grill for, just use it because it gives you much more of a gameplay. And in general, I love to cook and I love to bake in real life, but recently I can't really enjoy it that much, so at least my Sims can enjoy it in the game, and I make them to usually cook all variants of recipes, and I make them to grill stuff, and I make them to brew like remedies. So it is always fun to have different items and grill provides you with a lot of options. So I use the grill in the backyard, and I recommend you to use all of the objects that you can and put them outside, because it doesn't take space inside of your home, and you have much more variety of the gameplay with your sim and much more fun as well. Right now I'm focusing on these flower beds. I found rounded flower beds, so I'm placing them in the places where it feels appropriate. It makes it a little bit nicer because it's just looking more finished, I feel like. And in general, this is something really nice that if I had a own house ever in the future, I would really want to have some nice garden. Apart from just decorative one, I would also love to have like a garden that I could use, so I would definitely have some veggies and fruits. But in here I stuck with just a decorative purpose, but you can always add some planters and just use them for seeds. There is no limit, really. The limit is the sky, that's how they say that, no? Here I'm placing stone slabs that I use as like a path, and it's also from the debug menu. So if you want to use them, open the debug menu and you have to scroll and look for them. But I'm always amazed of how many objects are there, and I recommend you sometime to just open the debug menu and go through all of the items you can find there, because you will be really surprised what is there and how you can actually use it in the game. Here I am finishing with the flower beds, which are blending to the area. Again, if you can notice, on the right side of my lot is the same flower as all around. So I'm just trying to make it a little bit more natural and a little bit more blending into the surrounding. But I said that before, I always try to use whatever is in the neighborhood around me and just make it look like it really does belong there. I think that you can already see that build is coming up all together. I'm working on the porch, I placed the mat there, I placed the flower pot, and I have a little chair here which I really like. I'm working on the small details. Sometimes I forget to put the bin. There is one bin in the bathroom, but I didn't have one in the kitchen, so I placed the bin there. And this is more or less me looking through if there is anything that I have to fix or adjust. I am now adding details to the roof. It's a trim, so I feel like it looks better like this. And now I'm going inside to the bedroom, adjust the nightstands, because I said that before, it was not working when I was playtesting it. So I had to size down these nightstands from the Love's truck, I believe, and that's what I used instead. And that's more or less it regarding the interior. Now you can see small footage from the actual game, from me playtesting it and my sim actually playtesting it. So everything is functional. Everything should be functional. I don't think that I came across anything that was not working, and what was not working I adjusted. So I hope that you will enjoy this build. You can download it from my gallery, and that's it from me today, I guess. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please consider to subscribe, like and comment, and I hope I will see you next time.